What's going on, horror lovers? Thomas L here. 2018 has been a pretty solid year for horror movies. So I decided to do a top 10 list of my 10 favorite horror movies of the year. Because there's been tons. And there's a few more horror movies coming out, the rest of the year, like And Then the Apocalypse is coming out, which actually looks awesome, by the way. There's also Possession of Hannah Grace, which is also coming out, which doesn't look all that awesome. And also, there's a horror film called Central Park to also come out on the rest of the year. But I decided to just do a 10 list right now because you know what, God know, like those horror movies might actually be good, but they I don't know if they'll be good enough for my top 10 list. So that being said, here's my 10 favorite horror movies of 2018. All right. Coming in at number 10 is Strangers Pray at Night. Now, Strangers Pray at Night is the sequel to 2008's horror film The Strangers. I gotta say, I had loads of fun with Strangers Pray at Night. I mean, yeah, the acting was a little off and there was some dumb scenes in it. But you know what? At the end of the day, I really had myself having a ball with this. I mean, it was pretty cool seeing those Max characters, back again. They got some creepy masks, by the way, and it was actually pretty bloodier than I expected. Also, the actors in this was Christina Hendricks, Bailey Madison was also in this, and Martin Henderson, as well as Lewis Pullman. Good actors, but I meant they like their performances wasn't off like all that. But you know what? It's a horror movie. I don't really go into a horror film like this expecting great acting. I just expect to be scared, and that's what I'm okay with. But yeah, Strangers Pray at Night, I just really dug. And I gotta say, if they announced that they're doing a third Strangers, I'm down to see another one. I will admit the ending wasn't all that great either, but it was still a pretty decent horror film. All right, coming in at number 9 is Overlord. Overlord was loads of fun. I mean, who knew that a World War II zombie movie could work out well? And my God, it worked out good. I mean, Overlord it's a really fun film. I mean, it's pretty bloody at times. The zombies look pretty cool. I mean, they're Nazi zombies, so. And Wyatt Russell, like, I thought he probably gave the better performance out of the actors in this. And John Magaro, I thought he was the scene stealer. I loved it every time John Magaro came on screen. He would crack me up on whenever he popped up. Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't seen Overlord yet, I believe it's still in theaters. So if you guys haven't seen it yet, check it out because it's a really good film. All right, coming in at number 8 will be Monster Party. Now, I recently saw this early this month. Now, Monster Party this movie was nuts. And when I mean nuts, I mean nuts. I mean, here's what it's about. It's about like 3Ds who plan a heist, at a mansion dinner party, but like their plan goes horribly wrong when the D's realize that the dinner guests are not as innocent as they seem. Because believe it or not, the dinner guests are serial killers, and there's like it's also like a meeting, but you expect it to be an AA meeting, but instead of an AA meeting, it's a killing meeting. So, like it's a meeting for them to stop killing, kind of like how an AA meeting is for you to stop drinking. I guess I should have expected this not to be an AA meeting, considering there was like wine and stuff. This movie, I mean, it was really crazy. It also had an interesting cast. I mean, it had Sam Shrike, Brandon Michael Hall, who's on that show, God Friend of Me. Virginia Gardner was in this. Lance Reddick, He's awesome. You even had Doctor Doom himself, Julian McMahon, and it's a really bloody film. I mean, it is gory. When I mean gory, I mean gory. I mean, if you guys have not had a chance to check out Monster Party yet, you should give it a go. It's loads of fun, and I mean, it kind of had like a Purge feel to it. It's really good. All right, coming in at number 7 will be Puppet Master: The Lilith Reach. You want to talk about gory? This is also gory. I mean, they're pretty much Nazi puppets that kills. That's right, puppet Nazis. In Overlord, we had zombie Nazis. Puppet Master Lilith Reach, we have, Nazi puppets. And this movie is really gory. There is some like very bloody scenes that happens in this, and also it's also like the another installment of the Puppet Master film franchise. Some of the Puppet Master movies were good, and I mean the first Puppet Master was good, but some of the sequels was good and some was not good. This falls into the category of good Puppet Master sequels. I really had fun with it. I mean, like I said, it was real gore fest. It even had Thomas Lennon in it for all you Reno 911 fans. Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't seen Puppet Master Lilith Reach yet, this is another horror film worth checking out. Especially if you're a gory fan, because there's some crazy kills that happens in this movie. All right, coming in at number 6. I don't care what anyone says. Number 6 is Predator. This movie got loads of hate. I mean, for one, it didn't really. Sorry about that. For one, it completely bombed at the box office, which I was a little disappointed by. But I thought the new Predator was pretty fun. I really dug what Shane Black did with it. I guess some of the acting wasn't top notch, but other than that, it was pretty fun, and the Predator actually looked pretty cool. It's a shame that it didn't do well because I would love to have seen another one. All right, coming in at number 5 is Hereditary. This movie is very creepy. I mean, it has a creepy little girl in it, who's played by Millie Shapiro. She deserves an Oscar nomination for her performance. She was that good. Toni Collette gave an amazing performance. There's some really creepy stuff that happens in this movie, especially the car scene. If you see the movie, you know what scene I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. It is much better than A24's other horror movie, It Comes at Night, because that was not all that good. All right, coming in at number 4 is a horror comedy, and that is Bloodfest. Bloodfest is also loads of fun. I mean, it's from the company Rooster Teeth, who put out stuff like Laser Team, and they're a pretty cool company. Now, Bloodfest, I mean, it's a pretty cool horror film. It's led by Once Upon a Time actor. Who's that actor's name again? Oh yeah, the actor's name is Robbie Kay, who of course appeared on Once Upon a Time. You also had people like Last Airbender actress Shisel Gabriel, Jacob Batalon from Spider-Man fame, Zachary Levi, aka Shazam. Tate Donovan was pretty good in this. And the horror film is like this. It's about like fans who flocks to a film festival celebrating, not film festival, but a festival celebrating the most iconic horror movies. Well, I guess you could say, yeah, film festival. Only to discover that the charismatic showmen behind the events have a diabolical agenda And as the attendees start dying, three teenagers, more schooled in horror film cliches than practical knowledge known. And there's like psycho killers who, are terrorizing people. And lots of people, pretty much think it's all part of the show. And I mean, I'm just gonna say now, Bloodfest is an awesome movie. It is completely bloody. The acting isn't the best, but what are you gonna do? I mean, it's directed by Owen Egerton, who also has a role in this. I actually saw a Bloodfest at Fathom Events this past summer. It's a really fun film. I mean, if you're into these type of horror films, definitely give Bloodfest a go. You'll probably enjoy it. It makes me want to see Rooster Teeth do more horror films because they did such a good job with this. All right. Coming in at number 3 is Hellfest. Now, Hellfest, this is another pretty fun horror film where, a group of college girls who are going to like an amusement park, and, a serial killer is targeting people one by one, and lots of people around them think it's all part of the show. Hellfest is a really good horror film. I mean, the three leads are played by Amy Forsyth, Rain Edwards, and Beck Taylor Klaus. All three of them was pretty good. Tony Todd appeared in this, so it's nice seeing Tony Todd in anything. The kills in this thing was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, Hellfest it's a pretty good horror film, man. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. And I gotta say, I'll be down to see another Hellfest because the ending kind of leaves a film opening with a sequel. So I don't think it really did all that well, to be honest with you. But hey, you don't know. Strange things have happened. All right, coming in at number 2 is A Quiet Place. Now, I was always, since I saw this movie, I was kind of debating to really call it a horror film. But you know what? I'm going to consider it because A Quiet Place is amazing. John Krasinski did such a fantastic job at directing. And of course, he starred in the movie too with his wife, Emily Blunt. The two kids was also really good too. The two kids is played by this actor named what's that actor name? Yeah, the kid, little boy's name is Noah Jute. Can't believe I forgot his name. And the one who plays like his sister is this actress named Millicent Simmons. They were really amazing in this movie. This movie was completely creepy. It's to me, it's like if Charlie Chaplin directed a horror movie, that's what A Quiet Place is. I mean, it's not really fully silent; they're all like talking, but it's very little dialogue. The pacing's pretty cool. The creature in this movie actually looked awesome. Like they did, like John Krasinski did a really good job with the effects in this. Yeah, Quiet Place is amazing. Definitely check out A Quiet Place if you haven't. And I gotta say, I'm down to see a sequel to this. All right, my number 1 favorite horror movie of the year is Halloween. It's a no shocker. Halloween, the new Halloween with Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers back together was awesome. I mean, this is pretty much a sequel to the original Halloween. They ignored the other ones that came after it. And I thought they did such a good job. Danny McBride was one of the screenwriters. David Gordon Green directed. You even had Judy Greer in this. Such a fun film. It also has some pretty cool kills in this. Michael Myers looked pretty awesome. I mean, it was pretty cool seeing Michael Myers on the big screen because, I mean, I never really saw Michael Myers on the big screen because, for one, I was not around in the 70s and I was a little young when the Rob Zombie ones came out, and when some of the other Halloween movies came out. So it's pretty cool seeing they got a chance to see Michael Myers on the big screen for the first time. That was a pretty cool experience. And I gotta say, I'm down to see another one because the ending kind of leaves the film opening with a sequel. Oh, and the John Carpenter score. I gotta love that score. It's such a perfect score. Like the music that John Carpenter does is amazing. Like the Halloween score is, of course, one of my favorite scores ever. It's an amazing score, and yeah, Halloween it's definitely the best horror movie of the year in my opinion. All right, that's pretty much it for my 10 favorite horror movies of 2018. Let me do the quick rundown. Number 10, Strangers Prey at Night. 9, Overlord. 8, Monster Party. 7, Puppet Master Lilith Reach. 6, The Predator. 5, Hereditary. 4, Bloodfest. 3, Hellfest. 2, A Quiet Place. 1, Halloween. Now, I also thought, the first Purge was pretty good. Nick Cage's film Mom and Dad is another good one. The clown horror movie Terror Fear is a good one. Primal Rage, I just recently saw that on Showtime. That's actually pretty interesting. There's also some pretty bad horror movies this year, in my opinion. Like Truth or Dare is pretty bad, and so not every horror movie this year was perfect. But let me leave it to you guys. What are your favorite horror movies of the year? Drop your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is Thomas L. signing off.